insisted on renting a car.
I hear you. Watch it. Oh, sorry.
The other way! You fool!
Sorry, I gotta get used to driving on the wrong side of the street.
Dad, I can't understand why you wanted to rent a car. It would have been so much easier to take a cab to the hotel.
Don't be silly. We got a lot to see. Having our own car's the only way.
Dad, the right-hand drive looks scary to me.
Not to me. I did a lot of driving when I was over here.
Yeah, but that was in 1945, and you were in a Jeep.
Harrison, we relaxed. We're on vacation, remember?
Yeah, don't forget, I am also here on business. Very important business.
I know that, son. Don't I know that? Come on, Josh. Give me a hand with the bag.
Morning, Tom.
I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Fox, but your rooms aren't quite ready yet.
Good.
But I will have your bags brought up as soon as they are.
Thank you.
This is good news?
Well, the worst thing you can do for jet lag is go right up to your room and go to sleep. Hey, fellas, come on. Wake up, Josh, Dad. We've got to stay awake all day and get on London time.
Yeah.
Let's go sightseeing, huh? Come on.
Morning, children.
Congratulations, Mrs. Trundle. We're all very proud of you.
Thank you, Brian.
Sorry to bother you at work, but I've spoken to him again, and I'm afraid he won't change his mind, so you'll have to kill him.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter?
Now I know who my competition is. That's Jeff Miller over there talking to Gareth Hubbard.
Hubbard, the man you're having the interview with?
Yes. Mr. Hubbard?
Yes?
Harrison Fox. Good to see you.
Fox, yes, I wasn't expecting you for a couple of days.
Well, I decided to come a little bit early. I'd like you to meet my wife, Cindy.
Hello.
It's a pleasure.
Well, I'm on the third floor.
And this is my father, Harry, and my son, Josh.
Oh, Josh?
Hi.
Hey, I didn't catch the name.
Hubbard.
Dad, this is Gareth Hubbard, the man I came to London to meet.
Oh. Well, if you're looking for a lawyer to represent you in the States, you couldn't find a better one. Yeah. I'm gonna go up and change for dinner, huh?
Don't lie down, Dad. We got to stay on London time.
What are you doing here?
This is your first trip to London, Harrison?
Yes, it is. Oh, Cindy was here when she was a student.
At Cambridge one summer.
Break it up!
What's going on?
Come on! Sir, you all right?
Is he all right?
Before we get down to business on Wednesday, I'd like to take you and your lovely family out to dinner.
Oh, how nice of you.
We'd love to.
How does tomorrow evening sound?
Sounds wonderful.
See you then.
Thank you.
Oh, Fox, isn't that your father outside?
No. It looks a little bit like him.
No, Dad, that is Grandpa.
He's an American named Harry Fox. He's from San Francisco. Private detective.
Oh? Is he here on business?
He says he's on vacation with his family.
I think I'd like to talk to him myself.
Is anyone going to tell me what's going on?
Suppose you tell me exactly what happened.
Who are you?
Detective Inspector Palmer.
All right, for the 5th time. I checked into my hotel, went up to the room, saw this guy going through my luggage. I chased him, caught him, and then these clowns arrest me and let a common thief go. What is this, some kind of a joke?
The man you attacked is no common thief. He is William Church, the Duke of Trent.
I don't care who he is. I caught him going through my underwear.
His lordship tells quite a different story. He says that he was walking to his club when you accosted him. He ran, and you chased him.
Oh, that's a crock. He's lying.
A crock, is it? Why would his lordship make up such a story? And do you really expect me to believe that one of the most respected men in all England broke into your hotel room?
I saw what I saw.
Mr. Fox, William Church is being honored tomorrow in the city of Bath by the Red Cross. And you know why?
Why?
Because next to Father Christmas, he is the most giving man. He has shared his immense wealth and dedicated himself to public service. So then.
I'm Thurmond Richards, the legal attaché to the American Embassy. When the ambassador heard what had happened, he immediately phoned the Duke to apologize for Mr. Fox's action.
Apologize?
Dad? In a gesture typical of the Duke, he has magnanimously dropped the charges against Mr. Fox and is willing to write it off as a misunderstanding.
I don't believe this.
You're a very lucky man. I wouldn't have been as generous as his lordship. If I were you, I'd watch my step for the rest of your stay here in England.
Boy, are you lucky the Duke is such a nice guy.
Harrison, the Duke is not such a nice guy. He was ransacking my room. He only dropped the charges because he doesn't want the police to investigate why he was ransacking my room.
Dad, listen, will you forget it? You're supposed to be on vacation. Now, don't ruin it.
I'm not ruining it. Just want to find out what the Duke was up to.
Oh, no. Our first day in London, and you make the evening paper.
I'm reading it right now. Who is this American Harry Fox? And how much does he know?
I don't know, Mrs. Trundle.
Well, you'd better find out.
Are you all right?
I was hoping you hadn't heard.
Well, it was on the news last night. When you called, you didn't say anything about being mugged. You just said you were staying in town.
It's one of your crazy American countrymen. Mistook me for someone else, it seems.
Are you sure?
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. It just seems like you've been so preoccupied lately. Like something's been bothering you.
Silly Nancy. Will you be ready? You have to leave for Bath by noon.
Of course. It won't take me long.
Hello?
Harry?
Yes. I've been waiting for your call.
You really must get your own phone.
I don't believe in them. So what happened? You said you were going to follow Eleanor.
I did. To a hotel room where she met with someone. Contact, I presume. I didn't want to confront whoever it was, and I couldn't very well go to the front desk and ask his name, so I broke into his room.
You what?
Well, I wanted to find something that might identify the bloke, but, well, things got all fouled up.
You haven't told anyone about the tape, have you?
No. No. Just hold on to it.
Be careful, old friend. You know as well as I, these people play for keeps.
Look, ring me on my boat tonight. I don't want Nancy to know what's going on.
Listen, did you ever see the guy in 303?
You're in 303.
I mean the guy before me. He checked out yesterday.
I can't remember.
Al, can you remember?
No.
Can't you tell me anything?
Well, he never used the bed.
Anything else?
Yesterday morning when I tried to clean the room, he wouldn't let me in. But he handed me a tip through the door, And I noticed he was missing the ends of 2 fingers, he was.
Dad, what are you doing in there? We've got the car waiting downstairs.
Oh, sorry.
Just take the third on.
You know, Harrison, I've been thinking. When we first got here, our rooms weren't ready, remember? Huh? Well, maybe the Duke thought that my luggage belonged to the guy who was in the room before me.
Was he trying to steal his underwear?
I found out from the desk clerk, after I charmed him, that the room was previously occupied by a Thomas Hanratty from Liverpool. Guess what?
You checked, and there is no Thomas Hanratty in Liverpool.
You know, you're getting pretty good at this.
Dad, the guy was probably just having an affair. It's none of your business. Say, what happened to that little discussion we had last night when we decided you were only on vacation and not on a case?
Good, that's fine.
Yes, thank you.
All right, everybody. Let's get cracking. First, St. Paul's Cathedral, and then the British Museum.
Harrison, why don't we go to Bath?
Dad, the itinerary has already been worked out. Bath comes next week after my meetings with Hubbard.
But look at this day. We should be outside in weather like this. Who knows what's going to happen next week? Now, look, we should say the cathedral and the museum for a rainy day.
You know what Dad's saying makes a lot of sense. Maybe we should go to Bath today.
Sure.
Yeah, come on, Dad.
Come on. Let's go to Bath.
It must have been a very exciting day in 1755 when the workmen who were demolishing the old Abbey House, they came across Saxon coffins and hot springs beneath the rubble. Then, proceeding with a series of excavations, they laid bare the Great Bath, an awesome Roman edifice dating back to 43 AD.
Let's go check out the park, huh?
Oh, look. I wonder what the van's for.
Oh, maybe a parade, huh?
Excuse me. What's going on? Oh, there's going to be a ceremony honoring the Duke of Trent.
Okay, I'm over here. I'm over here.
To perform at your Feed the Poor concert.
Well, let's just say they haven't said no.
Will Charles and Diana be there?
And they love music. Can't imagine they'd want to miss it.
Who is Hanratty?
Why are you bothering me?
You can play as dumb as you want. But you and I both know you're in my hotel room. And I'm going to find out why.
Would you, excuse me, please, step this way, please.
Dad, you've got to stop doing this.
What was all that about?
This isn't the place to talk. I'll tell you later.
Will you?
Do you think this is gonna take?
For my sake, I hope not long. Huh? It was my idea that we and your grandfather come along on your father's business trip.
crazy, huh? Well, it worked. Looks like he wants to talk to me.
Dad, please watch what you say.
Well, you changed your mind.
I've been looking for you everywhere, Mr. Fox.
Did your husband send you?
Oh, he'd be very upset if he knew I was here. I mean, for all I know, I could be putting him in more danger by talking to you. But I have to find out what's going on.
That's what I'm trying to do.
William said you had nothing to do with this problem. But I don't know whether to believe him or not. That's never happened before.
Suppose I told you I caught her in my hotel room, going through my luggage. Would you believe that?
Yes.
Well, you're the first person who does.
Well, I know William is involved in some kind of trouble, but he won't tell me what it is. You mentioned a name to him.
Thomas Hanratty. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
He was registered in my hotel room before me. I think at Subway he may be involved with your husband.
Involved in what?
Well, I don't know. I'm over here on vacation. Any other tourists who just let it drop. But I'm a private detective. And I don't like unsolved cases.
Well, if you find anything out, you must tell me.
Mrs. Trundle, will you be meeting with the Prime Minister today? Mrs. Trundle, there are rumours of Britain intends...
This afternoon, Britain's newly appointed Minister for Foreign Affairs, Eleanor Trundle, had her first meeting with government officials. The spokesman said the purpose of the visit was to discuss Thursday's NATO conference, when Mrs. Trundle will be briefed on that organization's security forces.
The truck cleaner apologises it took an extra day, Mr. Hanratty, but he thinks he got the spot out.
Oh, sure. No problem.
Would you like me to hang it up?
No, that's all right.
Oh, the pockets weren't quite empty.
Yeah. It's all right.
Oh. Thank you, sir.
Fell for it. Now, how about my money?
You know, Cindy, when Mr. Hubbard invited us to dinner, Dad wasn't there. I'm not sure he was included.
Oh, come on, Harrison. Of course he was. What are you worried about?
What am I worried about? The last time Hubbard saw him, Dad was being stuffed into the back of a police car. I don't think you realize quite how conservative Hubbard and Smith are.
Hey, Dad, there's Grandpa.
Dad, where's your jacket and tie?
Listen, I've been thinking. You kids go along without me. It's been a long day. That drive to Bath kind of got to me. It knocked me out. I think I'll just have a quick bite and turn in.
Oh, come on, Dad. It'll be fun.
No, really. Go ahead. Have a good time. I'll see you for breakfast.
Dad, what are you up to?
Harrison, why are you so suspicious?
Dad, just because the Duke's wife gave you a little encouragement, it doesn't mean you have to get involved.
Here come the Hubbards.
Now, go on, Harrison. Stop worrying about me, huh?
Hey, how you doing?
It's Perry. Turn that music down. I can't hear a thing. William!
Yes?
What the hell's going on here?
Thank you. Well, I'm glad we were able to chat informally before you meet my partners on Wednesday. Oh, I am too. I must confess, even I find them to be a little bit conservative. But I'm sure you'll do fine. But you must be above reproach. No skeletons in the old family closet, eh?
Thank God you're back, Mr. Fox. Your father wants you to phone him in Scotland Yard.
Did he tackle the Duke again? Josh?
Oh, no. This time, he killed him.
Fox, we know you did it. Save us all a lot of time and tell me why.
I was set up and you guys have fallen for it.
First, you attacked the Duke in front of the hotel.
I told you.
Oh, yes, of course. His lordship was stealing your underwear.
He broke into the room because he thought Hanratty was still in it.
But there is no Hanratty, right?
Yes, but he didn't...
Then you pursue the Duke to Bath, where you confront him again before news cameras. We have videotape of the incident. Then you're found on the Duke's yacht over his dead body with blood on your hands. Yes? The bellhop you mentioned, the one who delivered the suit to your room, it doesn't check out. Not with the cleaners, not with the hotel. No bellboy fits that description, and no one on the hotel staff delivered anything to your room tonight. What is more, there is no brown suit in your room.
All right, that's what I've been telling you. It was all part of the setup.
You certainly have an answer for everything, don't you? Come on, Fox. Why? Were you on a case? Did someone hire you to do it?
Oh. So now I'm a hitman.
We'll let the magistrate decide that. You have an early hearing in court tomorrow.
Oh, Inspector, we're here to see Mr. Fox.
It's in for 5 minutes.
Well, I really put my foot in it this time, didn't I? Am I just going to say I told you so? How's everything going with Hubbard?
That doesn't matter, Dad. The important thing is to get you out of here.
Well, if anyone can do it, you can, Harris.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Fox.
What he means is this is a foreign country. I am not recognized by the British courts. Dad, the first thing we have to do is find you a local solicitor.
No. The first thing we have to do is get the police on the right track. They should be looking for who really killed the Duke instead of wasting their time with me. We have to find out what the Duke was up to.
You may be a private detective, but you're in no position to tell Scotland Yard how to investigate a homicide, especially one in which you are the prime suspect.
What's all that fuss about?
Ah, it's that bloody Yank who did in the Duke. Hanging be too good for him.
It's all a mistake. I'll be out in no time.
Bail denied.
What?
Accused to be tried for murder.
How soon before it goes to trial?
6, 7 months.
6 or 7 months?
Year with adjournments.
Hush.
You're gonna get me out of here.
Hang in there, Dad. We're gonna find you the best lawyer in London.
Are you guilty? Come on, Are you going to get an American lawyer? Give me a time shot. Do you have faith in British justice? The American race doesn't want to know about you, Harry. That's what you're thinking.
Why? Because down the King's Road? Football.
Hear ye, hear ye. All rise for the Honourable Judge Wilfrid E. Puckleton.
Well, before we begin, there'll be a 10-minute recess.
And I say it behoves us to bring this matter to the attention of the Lord Chancellor. I mean, we can't just sit on our backsides and let this backlog of cases strangle us.
Quick, down here.
Yeah, Harry, you... I had an interesting case on promissory estoppel this morning. A young bounder made an illegal motion to widen the dicta on high trees. What do you think about that?
Well, I had a similar case in '69. Namath versus Butkus. The one chap intentionally threw his case out of bounds. I wouldn't stand for that. Oh, no. I penalized him 15 yards and the loss of a down. What do you think of that?
Australia at 402 for 3.
And that puts England in a lot of serious trouble again.
Yes, well, his Google is always
Josh?
serious problem.
Would you go into the bedroom, please? I have something to tell your mother.
Is it about Grandpa's escape?
It's been all over the news.
I wish you would have let me go to the court this morning. I missed all the fun.
Fun? Fun? Why does everybody always refer to my father like that? Oh, he's so much fun.
Honey, relax.
How can I relax? You know, the first time you suggested that he join us on this trip, I hesitated, remember? But then I figured, hey, he's going to be away from his work. He'll be away from all that craziness. What could possibly happen? The first day, he gets arrested for attacking somebody. But so what? He's done that before. And anyway, the charges were dropped. Then he gets arrested for murder. Oh, and not just any murder. Out of 50 million Englishmen, he picks the Duke of Trent. But I thought to myself, look, we know he didn't do it, right? So we'll get him the best possible lawyer. It may take months, but he'll get off. What does he do next? He escapes. Now he's a fugitive. What are you looking at?
I think they're talking about Grandpa again.
And so, if you've seen this man, please get in touch with Scotland Yard. And you are cautioned not to approach him, as he is considered extremely dangerous.
May I be of assistance, sir?
Oh, yes, I'm, how you say, browsing.
Oh, please, be careful, sir. That piece is worth £10,000.
So cheap. Oh, bellissimo! I have a villa in Capri. I'm going to, I say, redo, huh? This would be magnificent in my portico. For fruit. Yes. How much?
That is a Mellini, sir. One of the best preserved examples of his early work. Note the detail and unity.
See, but how much?
£52,000, sir.
I'll take it.
You will?
Why not? But first, I want to call Maria, my wife, you know, for the color, huh?
Yes. Perhaps you'd like to use the telephone in my office, Mr.
Rossetti. But you can call me Dino.
This way, please.
Excuse me, milady. I know you don't want to be disturbed, but there's a gentleman on the phone who's most insistent. He said he spoke with you in Bath.
I'll take it in the morning room, Meg.
Hello?
Before you say anything, you gotta believe me. I did not kill your husband.
I trusted you the other day. Now I don't know what to believe.
If I killed him, would I be talking to you now? Mrs. Church, I'm desperate. I've escaped from jail to prove my innocence. The police are looking for my motive instead of the one who really murdered your husband. I've got to do it myself, and you're the only one that can help me. No one else believed me when I told you the Duke was involved in something. Something that's gotten him killed.
What do you want from me?
A clue. Anything that'll fill in the pieces. What was he doing in my room? There's also a guy with 2 fingertips missing involved. I don't know. You'll have to look through your husband's things.
And if I do, how do I get in touch with you?
Well, I'll meet you someplace. Tonight.
Well, it wouldn't be smart to come here. The nearest village is Buffington. There's an old church there. I'll meet you at 8.
Thank you.
What did she say?
Oh, she said to call a decorator. May I?
By all means.
Yes. Grazie.
If that's the police again, tell them I've gone for a long walk.
Hello. Dad! Where are you?
Unless he's prepared to turn himself in, I refuse to talk to him.
Well, he's right here. Harrison, he sounds so desperate. I've never heard him like this before.
Well, he's never been in this much trouble before.
Oh, what'd you say? Oh, well, of course he'll meet you.
No, I won't.
Where? At the Marylebone train station? What? And make sure no one follows him.
Hey, Dad, can I go with you?
This isn't happening. Dad? 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 Dad, don't hang up!
And what did your decorator say? Do you know?
He said Malini was a peasant.
Sudbury Hill, Norfolk Park, and South Ruislip.
What took you so long?
Well, you told me to make sure nobody was following me. Where did you get that outfit?
In a pub. It was in a coat rack near the door. Let's not just stand here, huh?
You stole it?
Harrison, I am wanted for murder. Now, what is a little petty theft?
Dad, you've got to turn yourself in.
I will.
Good, let's go.
I have to do something first.
What?
Let's keep moving. It's not safe to be in the one spot.
What do you have to do?
I have to talk to someone.
Who?
What?
Who?
Ooh, look at that train, huh? And what a big compartment.
Dad, who do you have to see?
Let's talk in there.
No. I'm not getting in that train.
Harrison, it is not safe for me to be out here. Now, all aboard.
The 10 o'clock departure, the train now standing in platform 4.
I'm going to talk to the Duke's wife.
Well, now I know you're crazy. She's not going to see you.
Yes, she will. She says she wants to know what got her husband killed.
You spoke to her?
I'm meeting her at 8 in the village called Buffington.
Dad, you are accused of killing her husband. This could be a trap, you know. If they capture you before you give yourself up, it's going to look even worse than it does now.
Well, that's why I need you, to see if the coast is clear.
Where's this thing going?
Buffington.
Tickets, please.
Oh.
They must have fallen on the floor.
He seems to have lost our tickets. We're going to Buffington?
It'll be £11.80.
Where are they?
Thank you.
Well, we were supposed to go to the country today. I guess I ought to be enjoying this.
I want to thank you for your help, son. I really put us into a mess this time, didn't I?
Yep.
Well, I just couldn't sit still for a frame. I was such a fool. Someone wanted to kill the Duke, and I walked right into it. They lured me to that boat. I was a perfect patsy. You didn't happen to bring a file, did you?
Just where is your husband?
At a meeting. A business meeting.
Do you know where?
No, he just said he was meeting with clients. You know, this really isn't a pleasure trip.
If he's in any way aiding his father, he's going to be in very serious trouble.
I'll get it. Hello? Oh, hi, Grandma.
Oh, it's my mother. She's always checking up on us.
Josh, is there someone there and you can't talk?
Yeah. Mom's right here talking to a policeman from Scotland Yard.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to tell her what happened.
I guess so.
Will you excuse me?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
If your husband happens to call, tell him to contact me at once.
Tell Grandma I'll be right there.
She's getting rid of him.
What's happening?
You said you'd be right back. Are you still at the station?
Yes, but not the one in London.
Oh, no. I'm almost afraid to ask. Where are you?
You're better off not knowing. Look, I probably won't be home until late.
Harrison, be careful. Inspector Palmer suspects you're with your father.
Great.
Come on.
I gotta go.
Oh, honey, please take care of yourself.
Mr. Fox.
Over here. I'm his son.
I don't understand. Where is he?
Well, under the circumstances, he has to be very careful.
I'm meeting with a man who's suspected of murdering my husband, and he doesn't trust me?
I had to be sure you weren't being followed, Nancy. I'm sorry. I know you've been through a lot.
Mr. Fox, you asked me to believe you, and I do. That's why I'm here. I want to find out what happened before the police do. Well, after we spoke in Bath, I confronted William. He still wouldn't tell me what was going on, but he made it clear that if it became public knowledge, it would bring dishonor to the family name and endanger me.
I wonder what he meant.
Did you find out anything?
I looked everywhere, and the only thing that looked in the least bit unusual was a 30-year-old military document that I found when I broke into his desk drawer.
Oh?
It had something to do with the Suez Crisis.
Do you see any significance in it?
I don't know. His father was a general there.
Does the name Perry mean anything to you?
Sure. Randall Perry was William's roommate at Oxford.
Perry made a call to the boat. You think there could be a connection?
Last month, I caught William in a lie. He told me he was going to Brighton on business, but I found out that he was really with Perry at Oxford.
Do you know why they went there?
I remember my relief when I called him on it. I thought he was having an affair, but he told me that they went down there to talk with Eleanor Trundle.
Oh, wait a minute. Where did I just hear that name?
She's the new Minister of Foreign Affairs.
That's right. It was front page news until you took over.
Well, 30 years ago, she was William Ann Perry's political science professor at university.
Well, why wouldn't he tell you the truth about that?
I don't know. I just remember I was so relieved there was no other woman that I never pressed the matter.
I'd sure love to have a talk with Mrs. Trundle.
Dad, don't even think of trying to contact her.
What about this guy, Perry? How do I reach him?
He's really quite eccentric. He's a poet. He doesn't even have a phone. And he lives in an old lighthouse on the channel all by himself.
Well, that's where we're going, Harrison.
Wait a minute, Dad. We're going to have to talk about this.
Where is this lighthouse?
Beachy Head.
Dad.
Harrison.
Dad.
Harrison.
Dad, you promised me.
Harrison, we'll talk about it later.
They're going to start wondering where I am.
Nancy, I'm sorry we had to meet under these circumstances.
Please be careful, Mr. Fox.
So what do we do now? Go back to the hotel. Maybe your father's called.
Dad? Dad?
Morning, Harrison. Hey, isn't it beautiful here?
Where'd you go?
I got us some breakfast and a morning paper. I picked it up over someone's lawn. I hate that passport photo.
Oh, no. This is probably on the front page of every newspaper in England.
Nope. My ride, gotta go.
Go where?
Beachy Head.
Dad, I thought we talked this out last night. We are going back to London, and you are giving yourself up.
I know, but I've been thinking about it. Oh, he won't wait.
Who won't wait?
Come on. Grab something to eat, quick.
Dad, hold on a second.
I can't. The guy's gonna take me most of the way to Beachy Head. Say hi to Cindy and Josh.
Dad? I am not letting you out of my sight.
There's nothing like a river ride through the English countryside.
Especially the aroma. Dad, I've been thinking about that military document.
And?
Well, the Suez Crisis happened in 1956. That's just around the time the Duke and Perry would have been in college.
You think that's what this is all about? Thanks for the ride.
Road's just up that path. Beachy Head's no more than 5 miles.
Oh, well, it's none of my business, but if you're on foot, I'd cut across that field. Take it off the time.
Thank you.
instructor? Nancy said the Duke started acting strange around the weekend. He went to Oxford with Perry and met up with Mrs. Trundle.
Yeah. What do you make of that?
I don't know, just thinking out loud. What with her being in politics and a Suez file, maybe you're right. Maybe there is a connection. This countryside looks familiar. You know, I think I was stationed around here during the war.
Really?
We were sleeping in tents, getting ready for D-Day. Wait a minute. What was that?
I don't know who you are, young fella, but I recognize your face. It's been on the telly and in all the papers.
It's a lousy picture.
Max, don't get clever with me.
Oh, I was just trying.
Why would anyone kill such a fine gentleman as the Duke? Huh?
My father did not kill the Duke.
Well, let the authorities decide that, shall we? In the meantime, I'll collect my reward. Oh.
Easy, easy, lassie, easy.
All right, get inside. It ought to hold you both till I get back with the police. And just to make sure you don't trot off anywhere, take off your clothes.
I beg your pardon?
I said take off your clothes.
All of them?
Yeah, I saw a paper right after he passed through here.
And you're sure it was him?
Oh, it's him, all right. And he was with another American, younger, with curly hair.
Where exactly are you?
On the canal, near Beachy Head. Hey, that's where they said they were going. Got my name spelled right for the reward?
Sure, Harrison, you can do it.
Dad, I can't fit up there. Look, there's a grate or something blocking the way.
Not anymore. Try it now.
Dad, even if we did get out of here, how far do you think we're going to get looking like this?
First things first. Come on. Come on, son. Up you go.
I can't see any.
Put your foot against the wall of the chimney. Before. Are you out?
Not yet.
Come on, Harrison, we gotta get out of here.
Dad, how am I supposed to get down from here?
Is there a drain pipe?
I'll look. Yeah, here it is.
Right down.
Dad, have you forgotten what I am wearing?
Come on, will you, Harrison? okay? Nice going, son.
What are you so excited about? Here we are standing in the middle of nowhere, stark naked, and you are the most wanted man in all of England.
Why do you always look on the dark side of everything? Come on.
Station and ask, but no, you're too much of a know-it-all. Nothing's gone right since we've left Newark. Now, if I had my way, we'd have gone on that tour, and we'd be in Dover right now having lunch. Instead of here, 40 miles from we don't even know where.
And if I had my way, we'd be up at the cabin, fishing, not on a la-di-da trip to Europe.
Sounds like their vacation's going as well as ours.
Maybe they can help us.
And another thing, I don't like the hotel. It's a C-grade hotel.
Roberta, you're getting me all tense here. Did you notice what village we went through, where we are?
I don't know. It said Shire. Something said Shire.
Everything is called Shire around here.
Well, we don't have Shire in America. Donald!
What now?
Excuse me. We're having a little problem. Harrison, where are you? My son and I...
Donald! It's him! The one who killed the Count!
What Count?
No, it was a Duke, but I didn't do it.
What do you want?
Don't even ask. He's a crazed killer. Give him whatever he wants. Don't just stand there, Donald. Do something.
I'll make it up to you, Donald, I promise. Come on, Harrison.
Dad, I can't go through with this.
Look on the bright side. At least she's got big feet. Stop pouting, Harrison. I would have worn the dress if you were my size.
Let's just drop it, okay, Dad? Do you know how to get to Beachy Head from here?
We'll stop someplace and ask.
Oh, really? Well, then you are going to do the asking because I refuse to get out of the car looking like this.
And I can't be seen, remember?
Excuse me. Could you tell me how to get to Beachy Head, please?
Lost, are you, ducky? 2 miles up the road, make a right. Then your first left. You can't miss it.
Thank you.
Come back anytime.
What can I do for you?
Are you Randall Perry?
It's a long story.
Please don't explain. I understand. You're American.
If you're Randall Perry, we have to talk.
Oh? About what?
William Church, the Duke of Trent.
Did he send you?
You don't know. He's dead.
A poet needs a clear mind. I don't have a phone, radio, or television, so I haven't heard anything. Do the police have any leads as to who might have done it?
They made an arrest. Me. Only I didn't do it. And I can't convince the police, so I had to escape.
Thanks for the clothes.
Oh. Please, come and sit down. Let me try to make some sense of this. You've come to me to try to exonerate yourself.
Well, we thought maybe you could fill in the pieces.
What makes you think I know anything?
I was the one who answered the phone call on the Duke's yacht.
I called an old friend.
Listen, you've got to understand, my father would never have come here if he was guilty. He'd be on the run, trying to get away.
Let's say I believe you. Why don't you tell me what you know?
Well, there's this guy with 2 fingertips missing. Somehow he's involved. And his name may or may not be Hanratty.
And the Duchess, Nancy, told us how secretive the Duke had been about his meeting with you and Mrs. Trundle in Oxford.
We've got a wild suspicion that it all may have something to do with the Suez Crisis back in 1956. Come on, Perry, what the hell is going on? I mean, if you know something, are you aware that you could be in as much trouble as the Duke was?
If we found you, you can bet that the Duke's killers could.
William and I went to Oxford to demand that Eleanor Trundle turn down the appointment as Minister of Foreign Affairs, or we'd expose her.
Expose her? For what?
There's every reason to believe she's a Soviet agent. She was so brilliant. The youngest full professor in the history of the university. William and I were naive and impressionable. Her views became our views. That was in 1956. And you're right, Mr. Fox. It has everything to do with the Suez Crisis. Her thesis predicted disaster. She said the British presence in Suez was wrong. We could help our country in the long run by betraying it in the present. William's father was a general.
In Suez?
William copied a top-secret report of his father's, gave it to Eleanor, and she passed it to the other side. Whether it was because of our action or not, the British troops pulled out. Years went by, and we put it behind us. I'd almost forgotten the incident when William called from Oxford. He'd heard that Eleanor was about to be appointed, and he confronted her, saying he'd expose her Soviet leanings if she accepted. Eleanor countered the threat by making it clear that his traitorous act would be revealed and ruin his family name. William didn't care. He was willing to accept that. I think as an act of redemption for what he'd done 30 years before.
The guy with the fingertips missing, could he be a Soviet agent?
I don't know.
Dad, we found out what we have to. Let's call the authorities now.
This may help convince them. Unbeknownst to Eleanor, we taped last month's confrontation at Oxford.
Where's the nearest phone?
Yes, Jane. Of course I'll take it. Fox, where are you?
That's not important, but I'm with my father, and we think we know why the Duke was killed.
Before you say anything, I must tell you that the official position of the United States government is that your father should surrender himself immediately to Scotland Yard.
He will, Thurmond, but we've got to let the British government know that the Duke was probably murdered by Soviet agents.
What?
Well, it seems it's all part of a plot to conceal the fact that Eleanor Trundle is a spy.
The Eleanor Trundle, the Minister of Foreign Affairs?
Yes. He doesn't believe a word of it, Dad.
Listen, you little wimp. Get back to your superiors right away. This woman has got to be stopped.
Mr. Fox, you are an escaped felon. Because of you, Anglo-American relations are at a lower level than they were in 1776.
Really? Listen, Thurman,
And jeopardize my diplomatic career by accusing the new foreign minister of treason. You're out of your mind.
No one's going to believe us. We got to get Perry and that cassette back to London. Come on.
If you really have the Duke's killer, you'll get a knighthood.
All I want's the reward. It's tax-free, you know.
Hello. What's all this then?
NATO's top-ranking military officers have been arriving all morning. And Mrs. Trundle, Britain's newly appointed Minister for Foreign Affairs, has just appeared. After a formal luncheon, the conference will begin behind closed doors. And Mrs. Trundle will be given a highly confidential briefing on the organization's top-secret security forces. Reporting from Leeds Castle, this is P.K. Lawrence.
You're gonna have to go back to London with us.
I'll get the tape. Okay, it must be outside. You may not believe this, but I'm glad to see you.
Oh, you don't need that, Inspector. My father's gonna turn himself in. He solved this whole mess for you. You see, the Duke of Trent was attempting to expose Eleanor Trundle. Turns out she's a Russian spy.
Save your breath, Harrison. I think Inspector Palmer knows more than we do. Or are you using the name Hanratty today?
Dad?
There's the man with the missing fingertips.
So, you've put it together, have you?
No, not quite. But I can make a couple of wild guesses. Like how you and Mrs. Trundle used that hotel room for your clandestine meetings. Then you killed the Duke to cover for her.
A Russian operative in Scotland Yard. I can't believe it.
Don't be naive. It's a dirty game.
And you put yourself on the case so you could keep tabs on me. That's how you set me up. With the bellboy and that phony clue.
You're good, Fox.
So the Duke was in your hotel room because he was trying to figure out who Hanratty was.
Exactly.
And that's why you found him going through your underwear. Of course, none of this will appear in my report, but it will tell how you two pushed Randall Perry off the cliff.
What?
And how, when I tried to make an arrest, you two attacked me, and I had no choice but to shoot.
You mean Randall Perry is dead?
Come on, outside.
Keep your hands up high, Harrison. He won't shoot us in front of witnesses.
Just stay over!
Take it easy. We've surrendered.
Dad, look out!
If anyone's gonna shoot him, it's me! Who's mine? I'm from Scotland Yard, you idiot! Stay out of this, all of you!
I don't care where you're from, they're in my jurisdiction!
I hope you took out full coverage on that rented car.
You tell me not to, dear.
No,
Wait a minute. What are you doing? Wait a minute. What are you doing?
Come along, quickly.
I
don't want to do it. I'm just visiting from Jersey, please.
Please, turn into the car. What are you doing?
I don't know. Hey!
What are you doing? Wait a minute.
No.
Piece of cake.
We made it. You know, we're never going to make it to that NATO conference on time. I bet that meeting has started already. Excuse me, but do you know where we could charter a plane?
Well, they're all out.
Oh, look, this is an emergency. I mean, there must be someone. What about those?
They're privately owned. I see. You look familiar. Do I know you, old boy?
Me? No. Look, there must be someone. I mean, they're just sitting there. They got... Oh. Hey, look, this is really important.
Sorry, there's nothing available.
74th Squadron. Were you in the 74th Squadron of the RAF?
Yeah.
I was in the 101st Airborne Division, 501st Parachute Infantry. We were stationed around here.
There were a bunch of you Yanks used to hang around our pub.
Dad? The Lamb's Head. You guys used to sing that song?
Yeah, coming in on a wing and a prayer.
Coming in on a wing and a prayer. There is one motor gone, we can still carry on. Coming in on a wing and a prayer.
Hey, you chaps really need a plane, do you?
Yes.
Well, there is one. Move it, will you?
Yes, well, I think
as close as you can.
What's going on?
What happened to security?
Where is security?
Mr. Perimeter, aircraft is reaching control zone.
Affirmative. They have made penetration.
Launch intercept code 0.
Hold on, boys!
Set down immediately.
Thanks, Chloe.
Good luck, boys.
Yes? I'll tell the General.
Excuse me, Mrs. Trundle, there seems to be some problem. I'm going to have to secure this until this matter is resolved.
Sorry if we ruined your day.
What an honour for Mr. Fox to be thanked personally by the Prime Minister.
All's well that ends well.
But, you know, we still have 3 days left in England. I think we should play it safe and stay in the hotel suite. They've got great room service.
We're all very proud of Mr. Fox. And you know his son Harrison is going to be representing my firm in America.
Oh, really?
What's this one stand for?
Shooting down a V1 over the channel.
Well, the Prime Minister's ready. Where's Harry?
And tomorrow for something completely different. It's based on a true story of a dentist who murders her adulterous husband. Suburban Madness is tomorrow at 3:15. Coming up next, it's 5 News.